Talk about
Sure,
your
what do you
Star
want to
Trek
know?
novels.
I mean, that's a very general question, you know. How far back do you want me to go? I mean,
I read Q Squared. I loved
there
that
you
book.
go.
That was a
Q
great
Squared.
book.
Oh, God, Q Squared was fun. Q Squared was insane.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, I thought it'd be a really good idea to bounce through 3 different universes and not actually have distinguishing ways of telling which universe was which. And that was really insane, especially when I got 2/3 of the way into the book and all the universes collided. And suddenly I have 3 Picards running around the Enterprise, and I'd forgotten to come up with a way to actually distinguish between the 3 Picards. So that was brilliant. The New Frontier, which many people have wondered about, I'm actually, for the first time in years, talking with Pocketbooks about doing New Frontier books, which I'm very happy about, because for the past 3.5 years, it's been a matter of, hey, do you guys want more New Frontier novels? And they're going, we'll get back to you, and they haven't. And now they finally got back to me, so I'm very pleased about that. So it looks like we will be, you know, with any luck, doing more New Frontier novels, so I'm very excited about that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anybody else? You go ahead.
Speaking of Star Trek, how is it
Worked out.
to do the novel adaptations of the movies or the comic book tie-ins? Are those hard to do or easy?
The comic book, well, I've never done novel adaptations of the movies. I have done comic book versions. Doing a comic book version is very tricky because you don't have 120 pages of comic book to go with the 120 pages of screenplay. You have 48, 64 if you're lucky. So what you have to do as a writer is try to second guess what parts of the movie are people going to remember, so that you'll go, because you're going to want to be sure to have those parts in your adaptation. So you have to actually try and figure out what are the things that people are going to come away from that film recalling. And that's a really tricky endeavor. I haven't done a lot of comic book adaptations of movies, but those that I have done, it's really a very fine line. I think I did Trek 5. Did I do Trek 5? Yeah, I did Trek 5, and I think we actually had William Shatner's original ending in the comic book, the one in which they're fighting a rock monster who they then wound up having in Galaxy Quest. No, I'm completely serious. I am completely serious. Oh, yeah. William Shatner's original script for Star Trek V ended with Kirk and company in a battle with a gigantic rock monster. And they actually tried filming footage of a guy in a rock monster costume, and no, not so much. When they had the rock monster show up in Galaxy Quest, that was a deliberate tip of the hat to William Shatner's original ending for Trek V, which was much better than the one that they actually wound up filming, that they had to cut all of his really good stuff because of budget. But yeah, I think I actually had the rock monster fight in the comic book, so that was a lot of fun.
Let's go. We have time for
Oh, yeah.
talk about
Yes, absolutely.
talking about the
Dark Tower.
Yeah.
We are going to be doing more Dark Tower.
Oh wow.
The drawing of the 3 will actually be happening in comic book form. So we are very, very pleased about that. I literally just got an email about this 2 days ago. And it's really funny. Would you like to know why we're doing more Dark Tower? Okay, no. Well, yes, but okay. Funny story. I had a stroke about a year and a couple of months ago. And I was in a recovery center down in Jacksonville, Florida, because I'd had the stroke down in Orlando, Florida, during our vacation to Disney World. Go to Disney World, have a stroke, and then go see Goofy. Because you're both going, at any rate. So I get an email from Robin Firth, who is my co-writer on Dark Tower, and she says, Stephen would like your email. Can I give him your email address? I'm going, sure. So I get an email from Stephen King, and Stephen says, I'd like to come up and visit you. You know, up in the hospital. I'm down in Florida. And I went, okay, sure. And he drove up, and I thought that he was in Jacksonville. No, he was 5 hours away. He did a 5-hour drive to come up and see me, because I think that he was really relating to the concept that I was having to teach myself how to walk again, because he had to go through the same thing when he got hit by that van. So this was really in his wheelhouse. And while he was there, I said to him, you know, we should really do more Dark Tower, because I get a lot of people coming up to me and saying, I want to see the drawing of the 3. I want to see the next book. And Steve said, really? And I went, yeah. And he says, okay, we'll do that.
Wow.
And then he contacted Marvel Comics and, oh, we've got 5 minutes, okay. Or is that minutes or seconds? Minutes. And he contacted Marvel, and Marvel went, okay. And lo and behold, now we're doing Dark Tower again. So thank God I had a stroke.
Yeah, something good came out of that.
Yeah, really. That worked out great.